North Korean troops are experiencing mass casualties as they go head-to-head with Ukrainian forces in western Russia. The White House says about 1,000 North Koreans were killed or wounded in the past week alone. Now, in a possible first, Ukraine's president says several wounded North Koreans have recently been captured, but they later died from their injuries. He also says those troops go into battle without much protection, and their commanders don't seem to care if they live or die. At least 11,000 North Koreans are believed to be deployed to Russia's Kursk region. Well, Russia seems to have an endless supply of drones these days, thanks to technology acquired from Iran. A factory east of Moscow is cranking out the Russian version of Iran's Shahid drones, which Tehran has been supplying to Moscow. But as Clare Sebastian reports, Russian engineers are taking the Iranian know-how to a new and deadlier level.
The caption, my mum's reaction when she found out I earn more than her. Cat videos, TikTok memes, all part of a recruitment effort funneling workers into Russia's ever-expanding drone program. The videos are made by Alabuga Polytechnic, a technical college based at the Alabuga Special Economic Zone in southern Russia, the same site identified by the White House last year as Russia's domestic Shahed factory, producing Iranian-designed drones. In February, the US slapped sanctions on Alabuga, noting it, quote, exploited underage students from an affiliated polytechnic university as laborers to assemble these attack UAVs. David Albright, a former nuclear weapons inspector, has been tracking Alabuga since 2022.
The only benefit is the high salary, but the males get exemption from military service. And so that's a drawing card.
A Ukrainian intelligence officer, only authorized to speak to CNN anonymously, told us those perks come at a cost.
All students involved in the production of these UAVs live at a separate limited access compound. Once employed, they sign NDAs. Their contracts say they produce motorboats.
And yet, as recruitment efforts step up, this video from July allowed the facade to slip. Thinking of starting 10th grade, says the voiceover, join the super elite program, Air Navigation and Drone Programming at Alabuga Polytechnic, and help the Stalin's Falcons. That's a new drone unit in the Russian military. Pause here and you see the distinctive serial number of the Russian-produced Shahed and the unit emblem. In July, Russia fired 422 Shahed or similar drones at Ukraine. By November, it was almost 6 times that, analysis of Air Force reports and official data show. To meet that demand, Shahed production at Alabuga has more than doubled this year, say CNN sources in Ukraine's defense intelligence. And there's a new product. This is the Gerbera, a much cheaper copy of the Shahed, pictured in a video posted in July by the Stalin's Falcons, that same drone unit. For this volunteer air defense unit in Kyiv, it's clear the cheaper copies are fueling bigger attacks.
Now Russia sends every day a lot of drones. More of them are not even with the explosive things. It's just very cheap and very simple drones.
For Yuri Chumak, a serving Supreme Court judge by day, there's no denying the decoys are working.
We cannot detect what it is. You just see that it's drone, so you shall use missile or you shall use machine gun to shut down it.
CNN sources in Ukrainian defense intelligence believe Alabuga will produce up to 10,000 Gerberas this year alone. Analysis of downed drones shows Russia has also adapted the original Shahed, making it tougher, more weatherproof, and in some cases, deadlier. In late October, experts in Kyiv found traces of thermobaric munitions on downed Shaheds.
There were several of them. Their effect is that they're used as incendiary munitions. In a certain radius, they disable all equipment and people.
Ukraine has tried hitting back. This April strike, using a modified small aircraft, blew a hole in the roof of a worker dormitory at Alabuga. But neither that strike nor international sanctions could stop the breakneck pace of expansion here. Between March and September this year, 2 entirely new buildings appeared next to the original ones. And this image from late November seems to confirm they're connected. New covered walkways link old and new buildings. Another looks set to join the factory to the worker dormitories, now fully repaired.
they started to create, we thought, drone cages over the buildings. And then as they build other buildings, it looks like they're expanding the security perimeter.
NATO told CNN it is, quote, well aware of Alabuga and expects it to ramp up production even further. This military patriotic team-building event for Alabuga students, a glimpse into the high-octane world behind that security fence. Clare Sebastian, CNN, London.